Don't forget to subscribe for more reviews. Please also like. Thank you.
I don't know what's real anymore. I've opened up the door to
What can I say? Don't judge me. Wee! Ah!
I am Nightmare Moon.
Yeah, I know. You're Nightmare Moon. Where the hell am I now? Seriously? More Dinobots? Damn it, Tom. I let you out of the house, and you bring in more Dinobots? Rah, spinster! Poof! Hello there, everyone. This is Tom again. And today we have the privilege of taking a look at Power of the Prime's Dinobots. This is their first wave. I've got Swoop, Grimlock, and Slag. I think it's Slag. These are toys. Let me be perfectly clear. I paid, I think it was $16.50 for both of the deluxes, and the Voyager was $25. The Voyager's Grimlock. So Swoop here came with this thing here that's got the pop-out clear plastic piece that does supposed to be Power of the Primes thing. This is a hand a la Combiner Wars, only it's got two thumbs. So it's left or right. And it can store on him, but quite frankly it looks really stupid and I'm not going to do that. Both he and Slag came with these. So that's that. Okay, we won't see those again until combine mode. Grimlock came with 2 feet, ratcheted ankle rockers on these, and they have a recessed cavity right here which will hold what they're calling the Enigma combination for Dinobots. Just fits right in either one of those. So yeah, and that'll also hold Headmaster for those of you who are curious. Let's see here, scale comparison wise for all 3 of them, let's just do them all at once. Here is a Classics Optimus Prime, and as you can see he is deluxe size. And here is Movie Bumblebee. For those of you who are movie fans, give you a sense of scale. Okay, what else do I have that we could use as a sense of scale? Legends. There you go. I can't think of anything else off the top of my head that would be appropriate that I have handy. Here's Galvatron. Again, just a sense of scale. Okay, get rid of that. He has to stay. Get rid of this one. Get rid of this one. And damn it, Tom! Stop using me in your videos! Okay. I gotta get a day job. Alright. So here are these 3 figures, and I guess we'll just do them all in this one video because it won't take that long. Articulation on Swoop. His head moves back and forth. There's no real side to side. His arms could do a 360, but because they're on a ball joint right here, they go out to the side that far. You get 90-degree elbow bend. He holds his weapon. There's nothing at the wrist. If you lift this up a little bit, he has a waist swivel. Otherwise, that just kind of locks in place. Let's see here. He is incapable of doing the full Chinese splits, but he sure enough can do the American splits just fine. Okay, let's see here, thigh swivel built in, knee bend goes that far, and there's a whole lot of hollow, as you can see, and the feet go up and down. And that's his articulation. Getting in close here just to look at him, he's got a nice little head sculpt. I mean, I can see Swoop in that. You got red eyes right here, Autobot symbol, nice colored blue plastic. He's got a little bit of teal right here, and I'm not sure why, but okay. I didn't do it. They didn't ask me. Plastic. This is painted. That's glossy. That's glossy right there on his crotch piece. Everybody wants to have a glossy crotch, I guess. I don't care. Let's see here. The wings articulate. They're on a hinge. They go in and out. They bend here. And you can actually move them up, should you so desire. Alright. Slag. His head may be movable, but if it is, I can't get in there to do it. It is movable, it's just really, really slight. He's got nice red eyes, black face, black helmet. It's screaming for a little bit of paint, is what it's doing. He's got the Autobot Tampograph symbol right there. His arms can do a full 360, and they have the same cut that I'm just loving in these figures now with these ball joints. That lets them do that. That's 90-degree of bend, nothing at the wrist other than that transformation joint. The waist swivels. It's actually more of a hip swivel, but dual hip swivel, but yeah. He's on T-jointed ball joints for hips as well, but he's going to get out to right there. That's the best he's going to be able to do for the American splits. Or that was the Chinese splits. He's pretty close for the American, but he's not quite there. It's just a degree or two. He's got a mushroom peg right here, which allows for thigh rotation. His knee bend is right there. That's what you get for a knee bend. Let's see here. I guess you could technically swing that around and get a full knee bend, but what I have discovered is he won't stand unless you use the tailpiece as a heel, and there's nothing at the foot. It's a fixed piece. So, old Grimlock here, getting close. I would really like to have a better paint on his visor, and I'll probably do that myself. It's just it's a dull red for the eyes, and I'm going to fix that because I've got the skills to be able to do that. You've got clear plastic over gold. I don't know if that's paint or plastic. Don't really care. I'd say it's probably paint, the way that people are afraid of gold plastic. Articulation, that's a ratchet joint. And it's out on a hinge, and you can actually see up in there, I hope, and see that. Elbows, you can get it to go back that far, or you can use a double hinge right here to make that elbow go all the way. So, and nothing at the wrist except it goes in to that hollow section right there. The waist rotates like that. Let's see here. He has soft ratchets which allow him to do the Chinese splits. He can come forward, and back leg can go that far before you start messing stuff up. Oh, and that swings if you have need of an ab crunch. I mean, I guess technically he's got an ab crunch back and forward, but it's supposed to be locked in place. Thigh swivel is built in right here, just above the knee. The knee can do 90 degrees, and the feet are fixed piece. Alright, so there we've had size comparisons, there we've had articulation. Yeah, I think it's time for transformation. So let's transform Swoop here, and we're going to do this just to their dinosaur mode. I'll do a quick little video on them getting into whatever limb mode they eventually get into. I'm not a fan of the limb modes, but that's okay. As you can see, he holds his sword just fine. We'll take that out and throw it off the side. Why not? Take a quick peek at it. It's just clear plastic. They've painted kind of a cherry red. Okay, so to transform this guy is really relatively simple. like every other Swoop, you pull that up. His arms, there is a port right there, and let me see if I can find it. This post right here plugs into that port. Flip the hands in, and, or I'm sorry, it's this port right here. Now I have to tell you, I have already had to shave down one of mine. It had a bunch of mold flash on it, so, and it was this one on this side here. It just goes in very securely, very securely. Pull those, if you have them up, pull them down. The legs, let me see if I remember how to do this properly. They come up, and the foot tucks down like this. They come over, and there is a peg right here that's going to plug into this very specific port right here. So that's how you know you got it right. You just bend the leg and you pull out the wing until it's at a little bit of an angle. One click. Now this is going to connect. There's a peg right here and there's a port right there. So when you're plugging this set in, it's going to plug in there on the other side too. You can just kindly, if you line it up right, like that, plug that in. Alright, now I guess if you had a stand or something, you could put it on there, but he does actually have feet that you can swing around and bring down like that. And I mean, he doesn't really want to sit on them, but he can. This thing could really benefit from some repro labels to chrome these out, or I might just pull them off and chrome them out myself. Alright, that is his transformation. Okay, so for articulation in this mode, the head, it's on this hinge. It can go up or down on that hinge. That's pretty much it. There's no rotation on it. The wings, they move, they go up, they go down, so you can have them flapping. And the little toes, I mean, they're posable. You can make them do whatever, you know. That is the entirety of his articulation right there. So I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but there's little pegs here on the bottom of his legs. Pegs, peg holes. Feet plug in right there softly, but that's how he stands. Okay, transformation for Slag is okay. First thing first, let's take out the gun. It is single cast plastic, screaming for a little bit of paint detail. It's got nice molded details, but I am kind of glad that Hasbro has gone back to just doing regular guns instead of those hollow things for the Titan's Return. Yeah, those things annoyed me. Alright, first port of call, you just flip up the fists into these hollow sections here. Okay, we can come here to the chest and unbuckle this. Raise this whole back section here up with his head, and it will just kind of disconnect. I've done it before, I promise. It's supposed to, well, that's for combine mode. I need to leave that alone. Swing those forward. The tail, unplug this, swing this out. It has a hinge right here. Do that to both sides. Lift the tail up, swing it around. Alright, now you can just collapse this together like we've done for every single Dinobot pretty much ever. And this is gonna, there's a peg here and a port in the corresponding section. Peg, port, and there are two pegs right here which are going to go into these hollow sections right here. So now it's just a matter of getting everything lined up properly, which can be a little problematic, but not impossible. I say that. I think we need to do this side first because it's got that big peg right there. Get in there. There we go. Okay. So now we take this side and we bend it and we slip that in, squish it together, bring the tail up, and the tail has a section here, a port, a peg, and there's a port right here that it goes in, and then the tail itself will peg together with this peg and that port. So just kindly line them up proper, and then just squeeze it together, bring your legs down like this, and it's not a Fan Toys potato, but it's sure not the best looking Dinobot I've ever seen. That is to be assured. It is not the best looking one I've ever seen. Now, there we go, that's a little bit better. That was what I was trying to do earlier. And that is Slag's transformation. These things right here came packaged. They were really, really close to the head, the horns, and I've been working to try to get them out. I know some hairdryer. They're soft plastic. Okay, so articulation for Slag in this mode. The head is a fixed piece. These things wiggle. The front legs, which are the arms, have all of the old articulation, in, out, up, down, you know. These legs, you get a hinge here, which is the best you get, and this rotates. There is nothing at the tail. Okay. Alright, so transformation for Grimlock is relatively simple, and it looks a lot like every other Grimlock we've ever had, and I think I've said that at least once with Slag, but well, not specifically that, but you know what I mean. Let's just start with the bottom here. He has, I think, the ugliest tail I have ever seen on a Grimlock, and just about every reviewer I have ever seen has agreed. That is just a hunk of plastic that does not need to be. But, you know, we can fuss about it, but at least we have a Grimlock. Open the chest up. Okay. I think we extend it. These come down. That's not right. They come down this way. That's it. They use that dumbbell hinge. That's why we extend it. Pull these down. They're on a hinge system here. They come down. How did I do this? Oh yeah. Like this, right here. Comes up, swings in, comes up, swings in, get this out of the way, and then it's just a matter of lining everything back up for the chest, putting the kibble wherever you can get it, rotating the arms around, bring the head down. Oh, it probably would help if we put the fists in. Okay. And yeah, I think that's the way it is. Like this. There we go. Alright, and here is Grimlock in his robot mode. Or his dinosaur mode. Yeah. Okay. Articulation wise, the head goes up and down, jaws open, and these are very, very soft teeth. There's no bite to them. No rotation. The arms are fixed pieces, but they are on ball joints, so they do get a little bit of wiggle waggle. They've got a cut right here, which is where they want you to put them. The legs have all the shoulder articulation, in, out, all that. The tail is a fixed piece and does not move. It doesn't move. That represents Grimlock's articulation in this mode. And I have to say, granted, whenever I do these, I fully say that I may be doing it wrong, but that thing is just not pretty. Okay. Final thoughts-wise, these are not your masterpiece representations of Dinobots. These are most definitely toys, and I would have no problem whatsoever purchasing these and giving them to Wade and just having her tear them apart or do whatever it is she does with toys. Here is an example of what she does with toys. Windblade used to have arms, but, you know, these are toys. Could they work as placeholders? I think they're too small for masterpiece placeholders. Just to give you a perspective, there's Ultra Magnus. Let me back out here a little bit. There's Ultra Magnus from the Classics line. And as you can see, he's tip to tip. I mean, that's just too big. It's just too big. How about a Legends? I still think that's too big. It is too large for what we're doing here. Now, you might be able to get away with the scale with, say, a G1 Minibot. I could see that. I could see that scale. Or maybe a Universe Hound size figure, if that was, say, Optimus. All in all, these things just aren't all that good. And no matter what we do with them, no matter how we upgrade them, they're still going to be, well, I mean, kind of bad. They're the first official Dinobots we've gotten from Hasbro in a long time. And honestly, I kind of wish they hadn't gave them to us. Because we've seen better, we have better, and I think it was Ben from Ben's Collectibles said that these things are just waiting to be knocked off and improved upon. And you know what's really sad? I'm going to buy those. Because there's potential here, and Hasbro just kind of dropped the ball. You get a company like Wei Zhang or Machine Boy or something that comes along and redoes these things, yeah, they're going to be good. They'll be what Hasbro could have done but didn't. And I hate to end on a down note. They do combine, and I know myself well enough to know I'll probably end up buying the upgrade kit from Perfect Effect, even though that thing is $45 right now. Somebody else mentioned a while back, no matter how you dress up a turd, it's still a turd. And how much money are we willing to pay, whereas we could just go out and buy decent ones? But again, you know, $200 or better a piece for the third-party masterpiece renditions. This whole set's going to be $100, a little less. That might just be worth it to a lot of people. Alright, I appreciate your time. I appreciate you taking a few minutes out of your day just to listen to me rant and ramble. Thank you so very much for your patronage by watching and sharing the videos, and I will see you next time. And now, to answer the burning question on everyone's mind, how do the Power of the Primes Dinobots, Swoop, Slag, Slug, and Grimlock scale with Metroplex? We're going to do something just a little bit different here. Here you can see Swoop in the hand of Metroplex and Slug in the hand of Fort Max, and there's Grimlock. So as you can see, he greatly outproportions everybody else. Nah, I'm just trying to joke around with you. Right there's Grimlock. Just to give you a sense of scale here. Alright, thank you all for watching.
Thank you for watching my Papa's channel. Please subscribe and like. Thank you.
Alright everyone, We have another unboxing, and I think, if I remember correctly, this will be the 8th. And this just came in. This is from, again, I get my stuff from Transformer Land. At least some of it, and it's used Transformers. Again, not a plug for them. I've said that several times. It's just, I like Matt. He's always done me right. So, let's take a look and see what all I've got packaged in here that he sent me. Alright. Paper. Paper. Oh, that's not paper. Titans Return Blur. This was the first custom I ever tried to do, and I am going to do it again. Alright, what else we got in here? Oh, Sergeant Cup. I was holding out for the Takara version, and honestly I just couldn't afford to pay the price. It just seemed a bit excessive to me. Let's see what else we got in here. Oh, is that what I think it is? Yes, indeedy it is. Quick Strike. Ah, yeah. How easy is it to transform him? I've never done it before. Let's see, I know that comes around, that plugs in there. That comes around. These become his feet. This comes down. Where's his head? Oh, it's right here. Okay. I'd lose my mind if it wasn't attached. There we go. Now, that's a transformer. When you can just kind of, no instructions, and yet you can still transform it and you're happy with the transformation. That's good. I didn't have a Quick Strike. I'm happy to have him. Okay. I'm sorry, I spent too much time on him. Let's see here. There's something in here. At least it feels like it. G1 gears. There we go. I don't have a gears. Well, I do now. I didn't have a gears in my collection. So, that was the last mini-bot that I was missing. Alright, and the last thing that we have in here, if it's what I think it is, it's going to be part of another video. Yes, yep indeed. MP25. Let's see here. Alright, so we'll take us a look at this one and see what this looks like in regards to our Masterpiece Transformers from a 2018 perspective. Alright, this will work just fine. Thanks.